I had this whole video recorded on my camera and then uploaded it to my computer. And then I decide that I like the lighting and the audio better when I just do it with my iSight camera in iMovie, so yay for being indecisive. Haven't made a video in a while, but that's mainly because I don't really use YouTube as a social forum, I guess I'll say. And that's not to say that I don't subscribe to people. Like, I loved 5 Awesome Girls. Well, I still do love 5 Awesome Girls. Obviously, I love John and Hank Green. But I don't really have friends through YouTube, so the whole point of having a YouTube account was so I could post a video somewhere and then embed them into my LiveJournal, because that's where I am very much so active. I love LiveJournal. But I decided to make a video that I'll probably end up posting on LiveJournal anyway. Because, I don't know, I just kind of felt like it. The thing I wanted to talk about is going to seem very random, but it's been a running joke the past few days at work with my friends. There's an infomercial for this product. It's basically just a standard fleece blanket with armholes in it. And it's called the Snuggie. If it isn't bad enough that you're selling a fleece blanket with armholes in it, that makes you look like you're in some kind of patriotic cult because you can choose a red one or a blue one. If that isn't already bad enough, you're going to go give your product the name Snuggie. Like, that's just setting yourself up for instant failure. I'm sorry. Now, granted, I will definitely be buying a Snuggie just because my room is absolutely freezing. I actually moved rooms, which is why it's quite boring and nothing behind me at all. Within this FedEx envelope lies a good chunk of my bank account, and also tickets to see Miss Britney Spears March 16th in Boston. And I could not be any more excited. Like, literally could not be any more excited. It's like bragging these tickets around, and I'm not even gonna lie and say I'm not trying to brag, because I definitely am. The last thing, oh, no, not the last thing. The second to last thing was finally seeing the Twilight movie, because I was not going to pay to go see it in theaters, so I downloaded it, not knowing it was a camera version, or I wouldn't have even downloaded it. I 80% mock Twilight and 20% actually like it. So, the movie was bad. It was bad. I didn't like it at all. I thought the acting was horrible. I thought Arpats, who I love to death, was a horrible Edward. I thought his acting was horrible. His voice, not the accent. I mean, the like tone of his voice. That's the word that I'm looking for. And I understand everyone has their own Edwards. My Edward happens to be British. Well, have a British accent. I don't really consider my Edward British, but just that he has a British accent, which I guess would make him British, whatever. When I think about Edward Cullen, I usually think of 3 adjectives. First one being intelligent. The second one is being very classy. And the third one, very suave, almost. And I know that that's a very dated word, but that's what I think of Edward. And I just thought Arpats was not any of those things. Finally, what I want to talk about is this book. Oops. Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates, which I think is a fantastic novel. I read it before I saw the movie. I'm like 90% pleased with the movie in comparison to the book, except for the ending of the movie. I did not like how they changed the ending, and it got me really upset because I felt like it kind of changed the whole tone of the book. But I think that's it. So now I'm gonna edit this shiz together. I will see you when I see ya.